The Effect of Different Types of Shoes on How Many Turf Pellets It Collects by Ross Temple and Ryan Polio, West Potomac High School. Research question. The information that is already known is that the turf pellets are made from recycled tires. We knew that we would collect some turf in our shoes as we were running, and we knew that majority of sports fields are turf now. We were trying to find out how many turf pellets get stuck in our shoes running for 200 yards because it can lead to injuries and diseases. Our hypothesis was that if we wore tennis shoes, then we would collect the most turf pellets. This was not a continuous project. This was the first year of doing this research. Methodology/procedures. To do this project, we were going to run 200 yards per shoe per trial to see how many turf pellets we will collect. We will have 3 shoes and 3 trials per shoe. After each run, we will take the shoes off and dump the turf pellets out and count them by hand because the pellets are too light to weigh. After every single trial is done, we will have collected all the turf pellets and measured how much turf was collected over all the trials. The control was the flat bottom shoe, and we compared the flat bottom shoe to the other cleats. Results. The number shown here was the average from the 3 trials. You can see here that the football cleats collected the most amount of turf in our cleats while we were running. The flat bottom shoe was second, and surprisingly, the soccer cleats were last. Interpretation of these results. These results mean that football players are more likely to have a higher carcinogenic risk and a higher health risk. The soccer cleats surprised us because it is a low ankle with spikes on the bottom, and not nearly as many pellets were collected as the football cleats and the tennis shoes. We think it is because the football cleats have a tongue that opens all the way, so it is easier for the pellets to get in from there, whereas the soccer cleats only have an opening at the ankle. Tennis shoes have collected so many pellets because it is a low ankle and it has a little bit of tongue movement. We were not able to measure the pellets with a kitchen scale because the pellets were so light. We also had to wait to do our measurements because of the weather. Conclusion of the project. The results were not as we expected, and we had to change our ways of measurement. We discovered that if a shoe has a somewhat open or loose tongue, then that shoe will collect more turf pellets. If we wanted to take this further, we could bring it up to the shoe company because when they make these shoes, they don't necessarily think about how many turf pellets will this shoe/cleat collect. They are thinking, how can we make this shoe/cleat look cool and comfortable? We tested this outdoors, so if we were to take it further, we would test these shoes/cleats on an indoor turf field. References. References continued.